Yeah.
So, okay, give us the elevator pitch now for Inspiring Apps as it stands today. Tell us
As it
about
stands
yeah,
today,
go for it.
inspiring apps. Let's see, we build award-winning custom web and mobile apps for startups and some of the largest brands in the world. Um, we design and build those applications. We've been doing so for almost 13 years now. We've got an office still in Boulder and one in Austin, Texas as well.
Huh,
And now, thanks to the pandemic, we are actually spreading to many other locations as employees are finding that they want to be closer to family and maybe check out new areas of the country. So historically, we've been the one-stop shop that you would come to if you're a startup to have us build the product that you are then going to build a business around,
I see.
if it happens to be a technology product. Or if you're a large corporation, we're either building something to help your employees. It might be a custom app that's only used internally within an organization.
Okay.
Or we may also build a product that you are taking to the marketplace, just with much more muscle behind it from a large organization. And as I said, we've been doing that for almost 13 years. So we've amassed a great deal of skill and experience over that time. So we are just this year expanding our offering for the first time to offer pure consulting services as well.
Ah, oh, good.
So I know that there are a lot of companies out there that prefer to do their work in-house for app development, for instance,
I see.
but they may still benefit from the experience we have building hundreds of apps over the years. And so, rather than committing to bringing us in and completing your project for you, at the executive level, we can come in and help you analyze a project, help you understand what's possible, what the risks are. Our designers can come in and work hand in hand with your designers to understand the latest trends and best practices. And then our developers, especially in light of the fact that many technology conferences were canceled this year, that people count on to keep their skills sharp.
Mm-hmm.
We can offer some tailored, really less training and more mentorship for in-house developers at some of the larger organizations.
I see. Okay. And how many employees today?
We are about 20 today.
20? 20? Okay. And what size is the business revenue? I know it's a private company. Do you want to give us a ballpark? Do you want to share anything there?
Not a specific number. I will just say that we've been profitable and cash flow positive for a long time.
Oh,
So
congratulations.
thanks. Yeah, it's a healthy organization.
Cash flow positive, profitable. You know how many business owners listening to this episode wish they could say that?
It wasn't always the case. And that's, it sure felt good when we got to that point and were able to sustain it. In those early years, it's tough when perhaps neither of those things are true, not profitable or cash flow positive. Those are some times when you got to dig deep.
And you bootstrapped it right from the beginning. I mean, it was a service business basically that you bootstrapped on your own by taking the gamble and the risk to just do the consulting work. I'm assuming.
That is true. So it was there was kind of a trajectory. It was immediately profitable because I brought all of my prior business clients into Inspiring Apps, and then I made it not profitable by making some really poor business decisions early on. Took one loan over the years. Thanks, Dad, if you're watching this. Paid him back quickly, and have since not needed to take any sort of loans or outside funding.
Good for you, my man. Never had to raise cash and never had to give away a bunch of equity. None of that.
No, I know that many of our clients, especially startup clients, struggle with that, and I sympathize, but I have not walked in those shoes. So I don't know just how hard that is, but watching from the outside, it's challenging.
You've also selected to be smaller and profitable? Because I'm sure that you've talked to friends or you've been at social gatherings where they're like, oh, you should blow this thing up, Brad. You should take out some cash and put it in marketing, hire some more salespeople and just blow this thing up, right? I'm sure over the years, there's been many of those conversations or people nudging you with that advice. And you're like, hey, listen, I'm good with the lifestyle business. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's a good size. So it's important to me. Well, there are many things that are important to me, but I want to feel good about the work that we're doing. And from what I've observed of other companies, as they grow, they have to make some sacrifices. I mean, we're at 20 people, I can honestly say that we have a very solid team of A players. I don't think that I could assemble a team of 200 A players. So I just don't know how to manage a group where you have a mix of A to C players and you're still producing A level output. So I feel better about staying small, working with a really solid team to produce consistently good results.
This is good information for the listeners. It is okay to run a small, profitable business where you deliver excellent work and have a great reputation. And that can be a really good life for you as an entrepreneur. It's not all like you see in the movies where, okay, I have an app idea and I'm going to borrow $10 million from a VC firm and then we're going to do this and we're going to sell it. We're all going to be billionaires. The chances of that happening are so tiny, right? You don't have to do it that way. It is okay to just have a very successful small business that's profitable, and it can produce a very good life for you, right? I mean, happiness is not necessarily borrowing money from VC and trying to sell a company for $1 billion, and that's the only way you're happy. That's just not reality for most people.
There was, let's see, I think Techstars worked with Bloomberg TV years ago to produce a little series about the Techstars experience. And I remember one of the quotes, and now I can't remember whether it was the founder or one of the VCs, but said that it shouldn't be something to celebrate that you've just borrowed $10 million. Like that should be one of the most terrifying days of your life.
Right. Right.
And it's hard. I mean, you're right. It gets glorified in popular press and in the media that the Zuckerbergs and others who come in with nothing and end up with billions. It makes for a fantastic story. But so do the musicians that get airplay on the radio. But at the same time, there are millions and millions and millions of talented musicians out there that are not making a living at their art. So it's tough to be one of the few that make it. And so I'm very happy where we are.
The Riderflex podcast features entrepreneurs, business executives, and the stories behind how they got there, as well as daily tips on career advice and job interviews. Our show can be heard just about anywhere these days, but you can visit riderflex.com and click on the podcast page to hear all the previous episodes and learn more about the recruiting and consulting services we provide. Contact us at the email address info@riderflex.com or 888-964-5876. Thanks so much for listening, and if you enjoy our show, please be sure to subscribe to our channel and like the episodes.